what my opponent fails to answer is, you're not going to find this money, Marcia, in just cutting the waste. It's $30 billion.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yes, so that's what we need.
But what you just acknowledged is that even $1,000 means something. But you know, you declared a state. You've declared. Well, you didn't. You just said that we're not going to find the savings. But there were.
No, I said you're not going to find $30 billion to fund the plan.
It is. First of all, your MTA costs 5 and 6 times more to lay a mile of track than it does anywhere else in the world, which means we're wasting dollars, and the savings need to go back into the system. But, Governor, what is equally important is that when you declared a state of emergency to solve the problem, it's gotten progressively worse. And at the same time,
that's not true.
It is true. And at the same time, we know there were hundreds of employees brought in to work on the MTA, and nobody knew what their jobs were. There needs to be accountability. Taxpayers and consumers and commuters deserve it. We see the deterioration of our commuter train stations as well.
That is not true. You have never seen a governor take more responsibility for the MTA than I have.
Yes, I know.
I declared the state of emergency. You never saw George Pataki go near it.
I'm not George Pataki. You seem obsessed with him. But my point, Governor,
because he's another Republican, and Governor, he is a point.
But Governor, you rushed the second
emergency action plan. I said to New York City, pay half the funding. They refused. I went to the state legislature. I got the full plan funded. Performance is increasing.
It is not, sir.
And when you were in the legislature, you voted against $7 billion in MTA funding, and that's why we are where we are today.
Taxing people more is not the answer, Marcia, until and unless the state takes responsibility for the waste, the abuse, and the lack of accountability. You rushed the opening of the 2nd Avenue subway, and they didn't even have fire alarms in the system. So my point with you, Governor, is it's about establishing the outcomes and focus on
fire alarms. You wouldn't have gotten a building code.
They didn't.
You need to fight waste. It's not 30 or $40 billion.